Hi, I'm Debby Canarini and I'm a business coach. And before we get started with this workshop, I want to thank Cindy Cohen for Seed Your House Women's Initiative and Stacy Black for Michigan Women Rise. See, anybody can do this. Yeah. I apologize. Yeah. I rehearsed it and I messed it up. So it's Stacy Black, Michigan Women Rise. These are good organizations and you need to follow these women and learn from them. I am a very seasoned business coach, which means I've been doing this for a long time. And I've had the opportunity to work with numerous people of all walks of life and help them to get onto their journey to have the life and the lifestyle that they desire. And it's been an exciting career for me. In working with all these people, there's some things that you notice. And so today we're going to be talking about 3 things that hold you back, slow you down, or just make you quit. And this happens to everybody. So don't think that you're just the only one or, there's something wrong with me. It's everybody goes through this in the beginning of their career. Okay? So we're going to start off with your circle of influence, then we're going to go into mindset, and then we're going to go into money. And so our circle of influence is really, really important because you desire, especially if you're growing a business, to have a circle that lifts you up. No pity parties, no let's go out for ice cream, oh that didn't work. Ice cream is not going to do it. Retail therapy, not going to do it. You need to be in control of your emotional mind and mental mind so that you can have what you desire in this lifetime and as soon as possible. Because when you have that kind of energy that this is happening fast, then momentum goes and life becomes a lot better. So you need that circle of influence, but I feel that a lot of people don't realize that your circle of influence starts in your house. Who lives with you? A spouse, children. These people need to be brought in as to what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how this is going to affect them. And I'm going to tell you that men will want how this is going to affect me first. Okay? Right. And that's just the way it is. Okay? So being able to articulate, this is why I'm doing it, this is how I see it affecting our family, and this is where I want to take it. And having that concrete, that's like a rehearse. That's like spend some time with paper and pencil and learn why you're doing this. Because you need this spouse and these children to understand that you're not going to be around all the time. They will have to find food on their own. Yes, Lord. And they will have to arrange with other parents to get them to their sports events or come back. Or maybe you'll pick them up, but they need to find a way there. Your husband, depending on your relationship and how much you do in the house, he needs to be awakened that there's a new law in the house and he's going to have to step up because you're not going to always be there. Because if you desire to have a rocking business, you have to put the time and the effort that it takes to get you there. So now your circle of influence on the outside. If they're this close, you need to know how they think, what they feel, and where they're going. Some things that say that you have the wrong circle is when you announce and you're very happy that you got to speak somewhere or whatever, or you sold your first product, and the people around you say, oh, that's nice, and they change the subject. They're not backing you. And you need, especially in the beginning, I mean, you'll need it throughout the whole career, because your circle will keep on changing. The bigger that you get, the stronger that you get, the more free thinking that you do. But if your circle's dictating how you talk, how you dress, what you do, where you go, you're never going to be able to be your authentic self. And in my opinion, if you don't have your authentic self, what do you have? I feel nothing. So that circle has to be a circle that empowers you, that believes in you, and will recommend your name in a crowded place and say, hey, I know someone that can take care of that. Because that circle is what's going to get you the next level, and the next level in your life and in your business. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Everybody understand? Mm-hmm. Anybody have any questions? Statements? Okay. The next thing that is extremely important, that dictates 90% of your life. 90%, that's a big chunk, peeps, okay? 90% is your mindset. How do you think about things? And how do you build your business? If your mindset is very, very narrow, you're gonna have some hard times, okay?
Can you define narrow?
Narrow would be that, let's say you're in a situation and you're talking about your business, and you maybe use the word I'm stuck or I'm not sure, okay? And then someone comes along and says, hey, why don't you do this, this, or this? You shut down right away. So either you desire to have help or you don't. But people with very narrow mindsets are afraid. It's fear. It's fear realistic. It's all about fear. Okay, there's no way around it. It's fear. So if you're used to doing it one way, and sometimes in generations we hear, well, this is the way we always did it. Mm-hmm. Great. Mm-hmm. Who is that fulfilling? So you have to, when you ask somebody or tell someone your situation and then they give you ideas, I'm not saying you have to act on every one of them, but I feel that if they were nice enough to share their knowledge with you and didn't take anything for it, then you should at least try. And if you run into me on the street and trust me, that is going to be the first step. It is great to see you again. So what tip did you put into action? And how's that working? What are your statistics? What is that showing? The big thing about mindset is that when you were a little child, you went through things. Because from 0 to 7, we only have an emotional mind. And so we don't know always how to handle things because we only have an emotional mind. And we're little, okay? We're not supposed to handle big adult things. But a lot of times we're exposed to big adult things. And this leaves imprints in our energy, in our being. And so that can hold you back. So I always say the first thing when I'm working with someone is, we're going to heal your backstory. And I've gone back all the way to someone who's 2 years old. Because we have to get the trauma, and let's just say the dysfunction, and all the crap that doesn't serve out, because that's making you play small. It's making you think that you're not enough, or you're not worthy. And if you have all three of those, which a lot of my clients have had, men and women, you're not going to have the success that you desire. Mm-hmm. And if you're not going to have it, you might as well just go get a job and work for something else. I mean, why struggle? It doesn't make any sense. Okay? I really believe life is supposed to be led to be fun and exciting and interesting. I live that life, and I would not trade it for anything. So after you heal your backstory, then in my practice, we write a new story. And in this story, you are the heroine of your life. You wear a cape, you stand tall, and you show the world who you are. With no, I gotta play small here. Oh, they're not gonna like it. Don't care, don't care. You're a healed being having a human experience, okay? You're going to play full out because you have skills. You have techniques that can help someone else get off their bottom to enhance their life. So let's not pretend. Be your authentic self. And here's the thing. We've all walked the walk, okay? We've all been in, I don't think I'm worthy, or this doesn't work, or, I'm not enough, or what are people going to think of me, and all this craziness. Who cares? Before we walked into this room was empty. That's all the people that care about what you're doing, what you're feeling and thinking. They don't care. People never criticize people that are doing more. Remember that. People never criticize people that are doing more. They only criticize people that are doing less. And again,
I like that. So you know what? I think people try to hold you back.
Of course.
Like I feel like, misery loves company. So I see a lot of that where like so one of the things I read was we're most like the 5 people we hang out with all the time. So if you hang out with 5 people and 3 of those people are all telling you, you're wasting your time, you're not doing a good job, or they're saying, I don't know why you started that business to begin with, you're crazy, that kind of thing. Not that anyone's ever, of course, told me that, but I'm just saying, in case they did. The thing is, that whole hold you back thing is really big. I mean, people, it's very big.
They're not doing anything.
Right.
And you're breaking out of the circle. Okay? You were in the circle. You were beside me. You were just like me. And then you went off, and who do you think you are now?
Oh, that's good.
And so then that makes them, they're doing this, and they're getting to go here, and they're doing this, and all that. And they're still back there.
Because you're doing the things they want to do.
Exactly.
That's why.
So never resent. Because I've in session a lot of times, I lost another person on my circle. And we spend a lot of time building circles, okay, to really get powerful people. And I recommend people a lot of times, hey, friend this person or friend that person. But your circle will get smaller, okay? But then it'll get bigger because you cleaned house. You got rid of people that don't support you, don't see your value, are not ever, ever, ever gonna go where you're going. Mm-mm. They don't have the effort. It takes motivation to get up off your ass and do something. There's no nice way to put it. It is easier to work for somebody else. Because they tell me what time I'm going to come in, they tell me what time I can leave, when I can take my lunch, and, hopefully I'll get at least a week or 2 vacation out of them, and I really don't have to think. And there's a lot of companies that I worked with that told me, we really don't want free thinkers. Wow. We want tunnel vision. I'm like, I'm not your person then. Because I feel everybody needs to be freed, okay? And be your best self. Don't fit in the mold. Don't start dressing like somebody else or talking like somebody else. You're perfect just the way you are. And now you're creating a business around your perfection of who you are. This is wonderful. Mm-hmm. Yes, please.
I agree with everything you're saying because the school that I went to, there is so many naysayers. I told them I wanted to start a business. yeah, you'll never be successful in that. And I even heard the teachers telling me that.
Wow.
So when I decided to leave the school, I actually gained my confidence back. I was like, why would I ever listen to them to begin with? They didn't even believe I'd make it this far.
Exactly.
So I agree with everything you're saying.
Thank you, I appreciate that, thank you very much. Yes,
You know, it's amazing how, as people will say to you, who starts a business after 50 years old? You know,
Most people, actually, statistically.
yeah,
Statistically, most
I've
people.
heard it
Yeah.
a few times, and I was like, why not?
why not? I'm living, I'm breathing, I've got mad wisdom, mad crazy skills, and so the sky's the limit.
Huh?
The kids out of the house.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I got my time now. It's time to do what I love to
That's the
do.
best time, you got more time, no kids, just like you
The
said.
only downside for me is because I don't drive yet.
So,
My mom is the transportation. She's like, I hope I'm getting some gas money out of this.
But there it
She
is.
gotta teach you how to drive there, so
I
you
know.
transport her. So if I understand you right, it's like, lower that negative, energy, I heard you talk about energy.
Yes.
And to, your backstory is so important, and also to have skills, so quiet the BS, turn it down,
Yes, yes,
take the negative off,
definitely.
and people never criticize those that are doing something positive.
That's
Okay.
very true.
Thank you.
Did you ever see,
that's good.
you know, a ball player get criticized? Really, you're spending all that time practicing shooting hoop? No. Everyone's like, how big is this person gonna be? Musician, the same thing. They're sitting there playing and writing songs and singing and singing and singing. Nobody's ever questioning them. It's clear where they're going. And I can't stress that circle of influence enough. I seen an interview, this was a long time ago, with Britney Spears. She's a singer, don't know if you follow her or even know who she is, but she's a singer and she made it, okay? She's worth multi-million dollars. And she was talking in this interview that in school, her music teacher told her she had no talent and would never be able to sing and would never be commercial. Think she showed her?
I guess
So,
so.
how about you all be the next, you know, person that rises above and calls your own shots,
Yeah.
okay? Yes, please.
I agree with that. There's so many people who've risen to where they are now. Cause I believe that one day those people who said, oh, you'll never make it, I get to look down at them and say, hi, I made it.
Oh,
I did it. You said I couldn't do it.
Don't do it for that reason, so.
You do it for yourself.
It's criticism.
Yeah.
When you really think about it, in our media, TV, even on the radio, any printed paper, there's always a negative spin on it. Always. I seen on social media, there was a woman that turned 106. You know, hallelujah. Talk to all of us and tell you how you got to 106. No, that's not what the media said. They said, you know, she turned 106, that's great. But she had trouble with hearing. Like, she's 106, what the heck is your problem, okay?
Maybe she doesn't need to hear everything.
She's talking, and that's what I was just gonna say. Did it ever occur to you that she didn't like what you were saying, so we were using selective hearing, okay?
Exactly.
But really focus on that, your circle of influence, and that's everywhere in your life. Your personal life, your business life, there's no separation, because we can't cut you into half. You're all one. The mindset, work on the mindset, because the mindset, 90% of your life and decisions revolve around your mindset. So you need to have a good one. You need to get help to get that emotional mind really strong, so that you know what it looks like when someone's being passive aggressive with you. Here's an example of passive aggressive. Wow, you look good for your age. That's passive aggressive, okay? We don't need those people around, okay? But you need to know that because it's in those moments that you really know if these people are for you
Are against you.
or against you. And then the next biggest thing after you've got your circle of influence and you've worked on your mindset and you're just, flaunting that cake, strutting around and getting exactly where you desire to go, money. Money, if you were raised with the wonderful saying, not, money doesn't grow on trees, money is hard to get, you have to work hard to get money, it's going to be hard for you to be an entrepreneur with that mindset. Because when we're laser focused, we're not paying attention to the economy. Because it's been proven to us time and time again that you can make money in a down economy, you can make money in an up economy. The economy is not the problem. Your head and what you think is the problem. So really work on your money mindset, because what that's triggering is I'm not enough and I'm not worthy. So when I've worked with clients, especially service-based businesses, and that's what I am, I'm a business coach, it's a service-based business. When it came to pricing, they have a hard time. Oh, but I don't know. I never apologize for my fee. You're paying for a unique set of skills that's going to get you where you want to go, and I have a proven track record. And you will see that in the first session. And I'll explain to you how I'm going to get you there. There is no apology. You're paying for my knowledge. You're paying for my experiences and all the other people that I worked with. Because even when you're working with someone, you're learning from them. And they're learning from me. So the mindset around money is you have to find your worth. Because I've known people who sold candles that I worked with that wanted to sell them at $5 a candle. I worked with another candle business that their candles started at $25. It was the exact same ounces. It was scented. They were beautiful candles. But see, that's the difference in mindset. This one looked at the figures and said, if I sell them at $25 a candle, I don't have to make as many than someone who's selling them at $5. And I feel I'm worthy and I deserve to make $25 a candle. And that works when you're selling product. It doesn't matter what you're selling. Or then I get always, I'm a not-for-profit, and I don't care if you're not-for-profit. You need to make money, because then your nonprofit helps more people. Okay? Because it's not good to be the biggest business or the best kept secret or the best nonprofit that's really working at helping people and not hoarding the money if you're the best secret. You have to stand up, show out, and let people know who you are. And when it comes back, we're going to circle the money one more time. Back in the olden days, and really not that far along, a lot of people would barter. It's a big thing in the country setting, not the United States. And that was something new to me. I didn't know that people still did that, and I now live in the country. And so that's how I need you to look at money. You're just bartering. She's got a sweater that she makes and you like it. Exchange money. That's all it is. It's an exchange. It's just like the old days, but instead of I like that sweater and want that, I don't have to bring, bread and pastry and everything until you feel we're equal. Okay? I can just say, this is what it costs. Either you want it or you don't. Does anybody have any questions?
I think I'd like to say something. I know this sounds a little harsh, but we really have all the money we need for whatever we want.
That's very true.
It sounds a little harsh because we're so conditioned to say, oh, I don't have the money for that. But the truth is, you do have the money for that. You just choose not to spend the money on that. That's all it is. So I think it's very empowering to think of it that way and to say, I'm choosing where I spend my money. I mean, I'm not saying that I have unlimited resources. We all have limited resources, but we choose where we want to spend our money.
That's very true.
And so if someone says to me, I can't afford whatever, so I do a lot of health coaching. So someone says to me, oh, I think your fees are too high, I can't afford health coaching. To me, that means your health is not your priority.
Exactly.
Right? Isn't that what it is? Your health is not your priority. So if it's not your priority, there is no amount of money I could tell you.
And, excuse me, but just make this mental note. When someone tells you that, they've told you, my health is not my priority. In your head, put this in there, next.
Yes.
Okay? Because then there's no steam. Then you're like,
Oh, okay.
these ain't my peeps. Okay?
Right.
They don't know what they're doing. Go ahead.
I think it's
Sorry.
exactly true. I mean, I know sometimes it sounds just a little harsh, but really we do have the money to spend on whatever we want. So if you think of it in those terms, you feel better about your choices, and you don't feel like you're being deprived of anything. But you also feel better about the person who's in front of you, because then instead of saying, I can't afford this, what they're really saying is, this thing we're doing is not a priority to me. And so the response is, when it becomes a priority, just give me a call. I'll always be here.
Exactly.
So, and sometimes they do call you back, and sometimes they don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so never be upset with yourself that that client didn't work with you or they didn't buy your product. Everyone gets to make their own money decisions. And I worked with a guy that was paying, for coaching, and he was complaining about not having enough money. And so we were talking about that, and we were, figuring how we could get more money out of the business and all that. And the next week, because I work 1 hour a week, the next week he comes on and I start my calls with, what are your wins? So whatever went great in your life that week, okay? And he goes, oh my God, I am so crazy excited. I just bought a convertible. I'm like, wow, great. Would you rob a bank? Because last week you said you were broke.
Right.
Okay.
Exactly.
I just want to know, okay? I'm not reporting.
What happened?
I just want to know, how did that happen? But that's the thing you have to realize. Money never has anything to do with you as far as buying your products or services. It has everything on them. And there's a couple of reasons. Maybe they didn't see the value. Maybe they just don't use your product or service. Or
Timing?
Timing
Could be bad.
Or they just don't want to move on.
Right.
And take this, and this is a cool little exercise. So just try this with just a few people. And when you say like, hi, how are you? And then you say, what's good happening in your life? Or what's going on in your life? And they give you that laundry list of things. Well, I don't like this, I don't like that, this isn't working. Cut them off after 4. Because my God, life is too short to listen to all that shit. And so...
And walk the other way.
And then tell them, now I look them right in the eyes and say, I didn't ask what you didn't want or what was going on in your life.
It cuts right to it.
I was looking for what was going good in your life. And, because we learn from everybody around us. Okay? My circle is empowered. Yes?
Well, I had a young lady that was working at my business, and she said, the people come in and tell me all their personal stuff that's going on. And I said, yeah, people want to talk. People want to let you know what's going on in their life, whether it's negative or positive.
Yeah.
so she was like, wow, I didn't expect that. I just wanted to sit behind the desk and, you know, just say, hi, come on in. You know, we have this on sale, or, you know, this is promotion is going on. But people do like to conversate. And
People are
feel like
lonely.
they have your
Yeah.
attention. You
They're very
give them
lonely.
attention, yeah.
People are very lonely, very isolated. That's a big thing happening now.
Like,
Mhm.
okay.
And that's why we have all those online chat groups.
I really like that group.
They,
It may not be named Tracy.
Yeah, right. But it happens right here in that space.
Yes.
Like, okay.
Yeah. So,
So-
question? Sure.
I'd like to ask you, do you have any advice on how to grow financially?
Well, that's a big conversation.
Well, yeah, that's a big conversation. But the thing is, you have to either get a job while you're building your business, or you need to sell more product. And so, marketing. Marketing is the key to success for every business. The stronger your verbiage is in that marketing, the farther you will go.
The verbiage?
Oh, I don't understand what you mean by.
Oh,
The way you
language,
speak.
how you speak.
Oh,
The way you speak, the words that
Like
you choose
confident.
to use. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the more confident you feel, the more confident you are, the more confident you feel, the
And
more
so
people
this
get
is
confident in you because you're experiencing confidence.
Especially if you have 2 or 3 businesses, because some people wear a lot of hats. And you're juggling all of this.
Yeah.
And sometimes it looks like, you know, the negative can hit you at 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, and then you quiet those down like you said, and, you know, you just keep going.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
sometimes it looks like a storm and it all plays out.
Exactly.
And remember too, just because you're invited to the argument, doesn't mean you need to
Silence is
participate.
key.
Okay, you have
Thank you.
that decision. So let's wrap it up. Is there any more questions? Again, I'd like to take the time to thank Cindy Cohen, Save Your Health Women's Initiative, and Stacy Black, Michiana Women.
There you go, Rise.
Rise.
That's close. And tell us how to get a hold of you.
You can get a hold of me on social media. Again, my name is Debby Canarini. I'm branded in my name. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And you can also email me if you have a question or comment. Is change.grow.live@gmail.com. Isn't it a cool email? Come
That's
on.
a cool
Okay,
email.
it's a cool email. So thank you again. It's been a pleasure to be an honor to stand up in front of you.
That was great.